I don't know what happened.
Who knows what happened?
Well, we are known for our technical
That's what
difficulties.
I heard. That's what I've heard.
So the Bourbon Basement, welcome to the technical difficulty Bourbon Basement. Not the first time it's been called that.
Is it on?
Yeah.
All right, it's on.
Good.
I don't know where it went off.
I don't either.
So we had some good conversation.
That was really good.
You all should have been here for that. I'm telling you right now. That was probably the best stuff we've had on this show in 2 years.
Oh my gosh. That's
Anyway,
funny.
did you all hear about the contest? Somebody comment if you heard about the contest I'm having.
If you're not family,
Okay.
If you're not family,
Oh, yes.
and
This
you can
is-
guess
this-
what my name is, what Stephen calls
What I
me,
call him.
then he's going to give
and
you-
most of the family.
Yeah, and a lot of my really close
Now-
friends that know my family.
I've always thought that came from me. Did that really come from me, or did that come from someone else and I picked up on that?
The person I remember the most saying it was probably our uncle Dean.
Okay, so Dean.
Mm-hmm. Dean McFarland.
So Dean brought that in, so I probably picked it up from him in some way.
It seems like that. I don't know how it all started, but I remember Uncle Dean vividly as a young man. He was the one that called me that.
Yeah.
It could have started with our papa,
Yeah.
Farrell. It could have started with
Well, I know that our father's name is Glenn.
yeah,
And your name is Glenn.
but our middle names are different.
And your middle name's different.
Yep.
And I know that a version of your middle name was called. And then for some reason another part got added on. And that's what I've called you. And people at work call you that
Yep.
because of me.
Yep.
And that's because I can't help it. You're not Glenn to me.
I am.
That's right. And so if you know what I
That's all I've ever
call,
called you too.
if you
I
know
know.
what I call my brother, and it's not a bad word,
No, well, sometimes it might have been, but most of the time it's.
and you're not family, then I will get you a once and only opportunity to have the 90th anniversary Heaven Hill handshake right here from the Bourbon Basement,
Man, that's
coming
worthy.
to your door.
That's worthy.
If you are one of my watchers that know what I call.
Don't jump
I
on
have,
Google now trying to Google me.
I have called him this in previous shows because you've hosted many times with us.
I've been on the show a few
Co-hosted,
times.
yeah.
Yeah.
You've been a guest star.
Yeah. A
Guest star.
Guest
Yes.
star. Yeah.
Peter says cheers, and Miss Leslie says happy Friday.
All right. Happy
Yeah,
Friday
happy
and
Friday,
cheers, Peter.
And
I'm going to do a little bit different today.
Okay.
All right. So I haven't talked to you for a while.
You've been traveling, I've been
and
traveling.
we've both been traveling a little bit.
Yep.
And do you mind sharing your journey? Because I haven't heard it.
The Canadian
Yeah.
journey? Yeah.
I mean,
sure.
you don't have to talk a lot about it,
No.
but hit some highlights, kind of what you do. Because I have talked about Greece and Italy.
Okay.
I have talked about on the show here, and I've talked about it's kind of I call it it's not tropical really, but it's beachy, it's islandy, it's
Near the
warm.
water.
And I was just showing the difference in brothers because I went to beach,
But our
and
taste,
you went to where?
our bourbon tastes are a lot the same.
Yeah.
Bourbon tastes a lot the same.
But our travel may not be. Because I've been in snow in Colorado and then recently just come back
That's
from,
right. You had 2 quick vacations.
I had one quick one with
The retired life of a power lineman. Did you all hear the power lineman story before? Did anybody hear that, or did we get cut off?
I don't.
All right, so what happened?
Look,
The
now
show.
you're getting off. You asked him
Yeah,
to tell
but
about his trip.
we was just gonna.
No, we're going to lead into that because
Yeah.
what I'm going to do
Yeah.
different is I'm going to open this bottle. I'm going to pour our bourbon.
Oh, okay.
We're going to sip.
I'm ready to.
We're going to sip and talk. But what we're going to do is we're going to toast. And I'm going to make a toast to all the power linemen out
Okay.
there. And the reason that I'm going to do that is if you all didn't know, probably y'all picked up on it in the past, I am a lineman, electrical lineman, power lineman. And we just recently had a storm. Went through 114-mile-an-hour winds, a gust, not sustained.
Right.
Thank goodness. No hurricane,
Yeah,
but
no doubt.
hurricane strength winds for minutes. And it caused a lot of damage, especially in the central Kentucky area. And that happened early Thursday morning, like 3 o'clock-ish. So from like 4 o'clock, we started working 4 o'clock in the morning, worked through most of the night, got a couple hours sleep, went back, worked
I
again
slept
today.
through it all.
And I'd already asked, and you slept because you're
I slept, baby.
retired
I slept.
power lineman, and he got to sleep good. Where I knew that I was having nightmares when then I finally got the call to say,
You can't do what I did and be young.
That's right.
Okay, so
That's
just
right.
yeah, just look at
That's
it like
right.
that. You gotta be an
And,
old dude to do that.
So anyway, about noon today, I was like, "Hey, brother, I know I asked you to do the show, but there's no way we're gonna make the show tonight." And he's like, I figured. I've been still looking at outage maps and everything else. Probably out running around and looking at lines and saying, "Hey, you guys got a broke pole over here" and all that stuff. I don't know what you did, but it's probably something like that. Our recently retired lineman off my crew. That's what he did.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I bet I got 4 or 5 calls from him. Y'all got wired down over here. Y'all got a broke pole over here. I was like, leave me alone.
Shut up. I love you.
I do love him.
I love you.
I do love him, and I was grateful for some of the stuff that he called and did. But I was like, do you want on a truck? Then leave me alone.
Quit.
But anyway, so didn't know I was going to make the show. Finally, around 4 o'clock, I call him and I say, "Hey, brother, it's on," and he was here. So that's all it took. That's brotherly love.
That's right.
That's brotherly love right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Peter said he was an electrician, worked on fire alarm systems, got older, became an estimator.
Nice.
Awesome.
So the electric industry and
There
alcohol
you go.
sort of go together. You gotta have the alcohol to do what we do, right?
Let's open this bottle. Let's go ahead and pour. I'm going to toast those linemen. And then after we do that, I want you all to have a drink, too. We have a Heaven Hill product here. So if you have a Heaven Hill product, you might want to go ahead and get that out so you can be with us today. And you had your knife on you. Mine was on the shelf.
With a hammer on it.
With a hammer.
This is a multi-tool.
That's a Kentucky hammer.
This is when you've had too much on it.
Calm down, boy.
All right, but anyway, we'll toast, we'll get the drinking, we'll sip, and I'm going to do a little bit of talking, or I'm going to let you do a little bit of talking about your vacation, and it just shows a little bit of how different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not really.
I was gonna say I don't know if I could classify mine.
But
as
it
vacation.
is for you.
It was.
It wouldn't
It's
be for most.
It's a rewind. It's a recharge. It's a reset. It's what else could it be?
And I think that would be good. So, all right. So to all the power linemen, electricians, tree trimmers. Oh, hold on. I forgot my producers. Tree trimmers. Who all what you got?
All the office personnel
those.
that mans radios and phones and
There's so many people involved in big storms like that, and when it happens, it is total chaos for a little while. I hadn't heard this.
Oh, too late.
It was total chaos for a little while, and when all of it comes together, and you finally get the power restored, and people quit being mad at you. Because you're like, it's not like we turned the lights out, guys.
It's not our fault.
We didn't do it. We're out there working hard.
We have no magic wand.
But to all the power linemen and everybody that goes with them.
Amen.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yep.
All right, guys. I hope you all are drinking with us too, guys. What's going on, babe? Or producer?
From Goose, we have y'all wrestle to determine who wore the official merch today.
He's got the merch and I don't.
And then,
Yeah, we wrestled for it. I won.
and Peter said, world needs more tradesmen, and AI ain't climbing up that pole.
Word.
That's
Peter.
right. Word.
Word up, Peter.
All right. So tell us a little bit. I haven't heard a lot about it, and you don't have to go into great detail, but just tell us a little bit about your journey.
So we headed to Ontario, Canada, and flew up to Minneapolis or to Duluth, got picked up into Ely, and then over the Canadian border into some of the what they call the Quetico. It's a large provincial park in Canada. It's like 1.5 million acres or something, and you kind of disappear. You can just kind of disappear in a canoe up there, and me and 6 other buddies of mine that are 2 of them firefighters, and they're kind of the ones that set everything up and everything. He's been going up in there. This one friend of mine's been going up in there since he was a young man. His daddy took him. And anyways, we just go back up there and basically survive. Fish. And we have good food and stuff. We bring some other food in with us frozen that we can keep in a cooler. But
in case you have a bad fishing day.
yeah, but we have fish, and it rained. The wind blew 30 mile an hour. It was cold. We had trees crashing around our campsite a couple nights, and turning canoes over because of the wind and high waves, and just It was very enjoyable. Very relaxing.
Very enjoyable, and sounds like something I want to get out there.
Yeah, we the saying is that the things that we miss while we're up there doing that kind of stuff are the things we kind of concentrate on when we get home, and that's usually family. I don't miss my yard not getting mowed. I don't miss. I miss my family.
Yeah.
You know, you miss your family when you're up there, so that's kind of what you concentrate.
But it's a great, like you called it, a reset,
It's a
recharge.
a reboot, whatever you want to
Back
call
to
it.
nature.
It's something.
Yeah.
Because it makes you appreciate
Back to
every
nature.
little thing you got.
Ain't no stores or gas
No.
stations or
No.
nothing like that around there. You said 1 million.
1.5 million acres.
How long did it take y'all to get across that?
We didn't go through the whole thing. We went back in there probably 20 some odd miles and made us a camp and just kind of
20 miles.
20 some odd,
Yeah.
probably. It was something. They used speedboats to get us back across the big lakes, or it would have taken us 2 days just to get back in there. Probably.
And so I know some of your friends they're boys.
Young men, yes.
Young men.
they
So
are.
how old was the youngest?
In my group, the youngest was 13.
13 years old.
Yeah, and he's been going since he was about 5 or 6 with us.
Yeah, so 5 or 6 years old, he started this stuff,
Yeah.
and now he's 13
Yeah.
years old. So
I used to help carry his stuff. Now he helps carry some of mine.
yeah,
And that's just the honest to goodness
that's
truth.
that's awesome though.
Another
And-
young
That
man
is great.
was about the age of that young man, and now he's in his. Actually, he just turned 20. Gary turned 21 later, first next year. So
And then another question: who's the oldest in that group?
that'd be me.
Oh, punch the gut.
That'd be me.
But
That'd be
who
me.
led the way most of the time?
Wasn't me.
Okay, I thought you'd be like, I was stepping out there.
No, I get out there stepping too much, and then you know what happens? I start limping after I step too much. And you start limping kind of funny. So.
And the most important question: you're in the middle of nature, nothing's around. What bottle of bourbon did you take?
I took a bottle. I poured it out of the bottle, put it in a plastic flask for weight,
All right,
but of just Woodford Reserve.
Woodford
Nice.
Reserve.
Just Woodford Reserve, nothing fancy.
One of our favorites here
One
at
of
the
our
Bourbon
favorites.
Basement.
Yep.
One of the
That's
favorites here at the Bourbon Basement, but I know some bottles had to go.
I did not haul it up there, so I was at the mercy of the small liquor store in the little town we were
What
in.
kind of bourbon did they have?
And that was what they had besides Jack Daniels.
No way.
Yeah, they had a little bit
Jack
of
Daniels and Woodford.
Woodford Reserve. There was there might have been, I'm trying to think of what it was. That's the only two that stood out.
Well, and you would think
So it worked
the
out good.
Canadians would. I know they have Canadian whiskey, but yeah, I know. It's Canadian.
Peter
But you think
said-
you'd want more bourbon up there to keep you warm?
Peter said he lives in Ontario.
No,
Peter's
I
from
knew,
Ontario.
I knew Peter did. We've heard that before, Peter.
Well,
So, and he's
he
watching
knows-
the Bourbon Basement instead of drinking some Canadian whiskey.
He
Anyway,
probably
thanks,
knows
Peter.
where I got an idea of where I was at. Then it's quite possible. He's probably heard of that. I wonder.
He's probably been out there a couple times.
I don't know. He might have been. I don't
Got
know
a
what
line
Peter
wet.
does. Yeah.
Got a line wet or
He's
something.
definitely good fishing. So
Yeah, so there is
Well,
a big difference in the brothers. And
I
the
know we're
vacation
not
choices.
rating our bourbon yet, but this is daggone good. I can tell
it's
you
it's
that.
real
It's
good.
very good.
All right,
Real
so
good. Yeah.
a little bit. That was fun. I like the stories and stuff, and just so you all can see a little bit of the difference. We're both power linemen. Actually worked for the same company until he retired. We've done a lot of the same stuff. You worked for other companies too, but worked for the company I worked for how long?
34 years.
He worked for that company for 34 years, and I've been working for 27, almost 28, I
28.
guess. So I got a little ways to go, unfortunately. More
Yeah.
storms to
It
weather.
flies, it flies, brother. It flies by. It sure
Uh,
does.
But anyway, so we do a lot of the same stuff, have a lot of the same interests, and I am interested in some of the outdoor stuff, but I don't consider my going and doing that kind of stuff and staying. Like a day trip would be fine
Yeah.
for me, you know,
Yeah.
some
Would
a
be
day
me
in,
too, to be
a
honest
day
with you,
in, and
yeah.
then take me to a Ramada or something that has a soft bed,
Shower.
and a shower.
Yeah, because Lake's
And a
real
shower,
cold.
and,
Lake's real
and I
cold
don't
this
like
time of year.
fish. I don't like fish, so I'd fish, I'd catch it and be like, oh, that's pretty, throw it back, yeah, and then go
We threw
get
back
me,
the ones we didn't need.
go get me a steak or something
We
somewhere.
had one of those one night.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, had one.
But
of
you
those.
all didn't like, you know, hunt a cow or nothing, right?
No,
Yeah.
no, we brought it out from the groceries.
Okay.
The groceries.
Peter said there's no bourbon in Ontario until the tariffs end.
Oh.
And he
Sorry about that.
Yeah, we
he
are.
said, I have an extensive collection of bourbon and American rye.
Awesome. Thanks, Peter. Thanks for your comments too. I really enjoy all your comments. I know I don't respond a lot to some comments that come in,
He's there every
but I
week,
do
though.
enjoy the comments that come in.
Peter's there all
And
the time.
it is
Thanks,
interesting,
Peter.
and from someone else from Canada,
Exactly.
that's cool too.
It is
I mean,
cool.
because you don't get that too often.
Nope, you sure don't.
But let's talk a little bit about the 90th anniversary Heaven Hill Bottle, and the distillery and why. And I know that since I wasn't going to have a lot of time to prepare, I know you prepared some stuff.
I did a few things, but it's
And
nothing like yours.
Well, no, mine. I just got a little fun facts. So I just had a little bit, and I just got a little fun facts. And I'm going to let you do a little bit of talking. So you can start with the bottle that we're going to try.
Okay.
Or you can start with the distillery. And I'm going to try to put in a little bit here and there if I know, or if I don't, then that's fine too.
Well,
I think this is cool too, because the man with the Bourbon Basement merch is going to be kind of leading the conversation.
Woo! There you go.
Well, like I said, I made
Anybody know what I call him yet? Come on, non-family members. Peter, you've been there. You should know.
Peter, don't be back channel.
I can send this to, look, I'll send this to Canada, no tariff. No tariff.
Pay for.
Oh, Lordy.
Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
I wrote down just a few things here, just digging on the internet. I guess that's where you get information these days. But
That's where I get it.
So, Heaven Hill is the largest independent, family-owned and led distillery in the nation.
The Shapira, right? Shapira family.
Yep, that is what's it? Max Shapira is the new
He's
guy.
the owner right now.
He is the current owner. I've got him on here someplace, but I remembered the name. Didn't even have to look.
Now,
Of course, you know the place burned back
Yep.
in '96. But the way I understand it was Warehouse G and Warehouse H survived. the
so they're
fires.
original. So we went to the Bardstown
Yes.
distillery.
We were in the larceny, if I
Yes.
remember correctly.
and that
Bottle and
so
bond.
they had a couple of original rick houses there.
that did not get the fire, and they said it was something. It was the way they were oriented on the ridge top, that maybe the wind drove past them
No.
and wasn't able to latch on to them for.
Do you remember the news back then? Because that was all over the news.
It was big. It was national. It was national in the United States.
Yes.
Peter probably didn't hear about it, but
I don't know. He may have because
I don't know.
because
He
it
might
was
have.
it was like there was a volcano
Yep.
in the middle of Kentucky, because there was rivers
Rivers
of
on
fire
fire.
rolling,
Fish
because
kills.
that bourbon was just rolling,
Yep.
and it was on fire, and it hit the river.
fish kills.
It killed, yeah, but there's so much fire, and they had helicopter images of this, and I remember '96. I was barely out of high school.
Yeah.
'92, I
It
graduated.
was a big deal.
Peter said yes, he did remember it, and it was on the news.
Yeah,
cool.
It,
Yeah, there
it
you
was.
go.
It was something that I'll never forget.
Yeah.
And I mean, and I wasn't even into bourbon then.
Yeah, wasn't even out of school.
It was
yet.
just like, is this really happening in Kentucky? You know, this is a river of lava. And so with that fire in '96, the rules of any new builds of distilleries and everything changed drastically.
Yeah, they started
with that.
Yeah.
And some of those that I know, do you have any of this in your notes?
I don't have.
Because
no-
I don't want to step on
I don't
you.
have no regs like that.
All right. So
New regulations.
with the fires that happened, now they have a certain amount of distance that rick houses
Right.
can be spaced.
And I think there's some containment procedures too.
They
around the
build a
houses.
berm around
Yeah.
that thing.
Yeah.
So if liquid catches fire, it goes in that berm. So I guess you just have a big bubbling rectangle.
One big fire.
Yeah, in a rectangle. But they have to be so far apart.
Yeah, I forget that
And,
distance, but Buffalo Trace has built. When I was still working, they had a big farm up above their distillery, and they built 20 of them up there, and it was 400 or 500 acres that they
Yeah.
built it on. So they're really spaced out.
And so
Really.
any of their new ones, they had to space out. But their old
Yeah.
ones,
They're
they
stacked.
were
They're
fine.
right-
Yeah.
yeah.
they were fine. They're
Grandfathered
grandfathered in.
Yeah.
But their new ones have to be so far apart.
Peter said pre-fire Heaven Hill will cost you an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
I
was,
bet.
That was some of the stuff I was kind of
Mm-hmm.
looking at. This
I'm-
bottle right here, even though it wasn't the warehouse it come out of, wasn't part of the fire. if you look on the internet for that bottle, it's a very expensive bottle, secondary wise.
Yeah.
The MSRP is reasonable, but the
Well, I thought the MSRP was kind of high. I mean, it's about $130, I guess.
I had 125 is what I was seeing as
about $130. I actually got this one at Liquor Barn for 140, and I thought I got a good deal.
I think
because
you did.
the secondary liquor stores was about 200 to 220.
Yeah, and I seen it all the way up to like $500-600
on the secondary market.
On the secondary
All
market.
right, and that's yes.
Yeah.
So I got lucky. I
That's
found
what
this
it
at a bourbon drop when I had a connection. Haven't got many good bottles lately when my connection left the store. That's unfortunate. But anyway, that happens. I need new connections. If anybody's out there that works at liquor stores, let me know. But the fire changes, some more of the fire changes, burns, extra spacing. And at Lux Row, when we did the tour at Lux Row, they were talking about how much land they had. And they have like 9 rick houses. They originally had designed 11. But they couldn't fit them in because of the spacing.
Because of the regulations.
Yeah, because
it's
of the
probably
spacing.
a good thing. It really is. I know
Well-
they don't think so at the time, but if it burns and they save anything, then that's a big deal.
So the other thing that any new rick house has to have a fire suppression system as well.
Yep.
So there were some other ones. That's the ones that stood out to me. But let's in that fire. So this distillery established in 1935 by the 5 Shapiro brothers.
Yep.
They went in and built this. They didn't have no inventory. They didn't have nothing. Didn't even know how. Do you talk about the beans at all?
No, I did not.
All right, so they didn't even know how. Well, so they are money, right? They know money, they know finances, they know business. What they needed was somebody to make the bourbon. And so they hired a beam.
Imagine that.
They
Who
hired-
knew how to make bourbon.
They hired Joseph Beam, who was Jim Beam's first cousin. So he was there in 1935, and then they had a solid 5 generations of Beam Master Distillers for 80 years.
That's awesome.
And the only reason that they stepped down, Beam didn't get fired, Beam didn't do any of that. The one that was the master distiller was like a co-master with his dad. I guess his dad was getting older, and I forget the name. But he started having health problems like cancer. And so he stepped down to be with his dad later, which left the Beam legacy. That's where it ended. And then they hired another master distiller, and they've gone on with their work. And the Beam that was that master distiller that left, he actually started another project, which I'm not going to talk about. And the reason is because I don't really remember. I do remember reading it. I just can't remember which one he's running right now. But he's running another distillery.
If a Beam took a business, a bourbon business, and a distillery, and managed it, and was the master distiller for 80 years, I believe you're gonna be all right when he.
I think you
I
are.
think he set you up for success.
I think you are.
Yeah, I think
The-
he set you
the-
up for success.
Biggest thing, and I'll tell you a little bit. So I'm sorry, I'm jumping all over the place, but that's the way these shows always
That's
go.
how
And
it
if you
goes
watch
already.
regular, you know. So back to the fire. Do you know how many barrels got destroyed?
No, I did not see that information. Didn't dig no deeper.
So
It's
it
a rabbit hole. And
It destroyed the main distillery. You
Right,
knew.
I knew that.
It destroyed 7 rick houses
7 rick
with
houses.
over 90,000 aging barrels of
What a
bourbon.
loss.
That's
What
the
a
loss
hit.
you can't recoup.
That's a loss.
Because the aging bourbon you can't recoup.
No.
You can make
I can
more.
build another rick house.
That's right. You can
Yeah.
make more bourbon, but it ain't going to be that
It's not
aging
that
bourbon.
age.
So that was devastating. All right,
That
so
is.
we talked about the beans. We talked about the fire. What else you got?
What else have I got? So
Do you got enough of this? Because I'm getting ready to pour another one.
I'll need another one. So Rick House's G&H is where this comes from.
This is from G&H?
G&H, and it's from the 4th and the 6th floors. And they char the barrels in number 3 and number 4 char, which the number 4 char is also referred to as alligator. Yeah, and then I guess just in talking here, it's aged 9 years and 8 months.
9 years, 8 months
Yep.
age.
107 proof. And the mash bill is 78% corn, 12% malted barley, and 10% rye. And then I wrote down that it retailed for $125.
Okay.
So that kind of covers, I think. Oh,
So
I
when
was
you-
going to speak to the 4th floor, Stephen. The
Yeah.
4th floor, they says, is a temperate. It's temperate, it's slow, and it's balanced maturation. Where the 6th floor was extremely hot, and that forced the liquid deep into the wood, and that's where you get your contrast of flavors.
Did you give the so they married some barrels together to
Right.
make this? This is a small batch.
Yes,
They were all off the same floor though,
4th and 6th,
4th and 6th.
in 2 different warehouses, 4th
But
and 6th floors.
some of the barrels had a number 3 chart,
yes,
and some of them had a number 4.
that's what it says. It's a 3 and 4 char. I don't
And then
know
they
how
blended those.
Yep.
And I heard that was a 73rd. Is that what you got
I
in
did
your
not
notes?
hear that, but that's
I heard it was a 70 char 3 and then a 30% of the 4 alligator
Okay.
char. And I even heard maybe a 5, which I didn't know existed.
just scorched.
I didn't know a 5
neither.
existed, but so that may be false information, but I'm full of that too.
Well,
You know
yeah,
that?
I mean, we are about fact checking a bunch of stuff here.
And I'd heard like they pulled it on the 80th.
Yeah, that was a kind of
December 13th,
yeah. I've got that
2015,
stuff
to the
wrote down here too.
Yeah.
I was just seeing. Yeah, here's the very first bottle they ever filled was December 13th, 1935, and exactly 80 years to the calendar day, which would have been December 13th, 2015. They filled the exact 204 barrels that were dumped to create this bottle,
Nice.
Right.
And age different.
and they aged it for 9 years and 8 months.
Wonder why 9 years, 8 months. I didn't see anything to that.
And
I don't know.
it, instead of a whole full 10 years.
Yeah, or 10,
just 9.
or just 9. Wonder
Why
why 9 years, 8 months.
I don't know.
I don't know if that's a specific thing, but that because the youngest barrel in this, if they dump 240 barrels, the youngest barrel is 9 years, 8 months. 'Cause
Right.
that's the age statement.
That's the age statement.
So it's 9 years, 8 months. I will tell y'all, we haven't got into tasting. This is good.
We've tasted, but we haven't got any.
This is real good.
Oh,
And I was going to add
Peter said
a
he-
little bit of stuff. Go ahead.
Peter said he likes the bottle. It looks like an E.H. Taylor bottle.
Yeah.
It's a classic
It
bourbon
is.
bottle.
Label's
We
a
were
little crooked.
talking about the label
Crooked?
though,
Yeah, why? is
because
it
such a
crooked?
nice bottle, such a nice box, and the label
is
looks
pretty.
off. And I wondered if they did that on purpose.
I don't know.
Uh,
What was it? I had something on that box and everything. They said.
yeah, talk about the box because
just-
I don't have nothing on the box.
Just it says it's a deep royal blue with gold detailing, and different from the normal to signify that this is a crown jewel. So
They call it the crown.
the crown jewel of Heaven Hill.
The crown jewel.
So
I like the fact that they did a 90th anniversary.
too. I think
That's nice. There was something about the December 13th. I don't know what that was either.
that
but
was the day they dumped. They said in 1935 they
that was their first
filled
day
their-
in
They
Bardstown.
filled their very first barrel.
So
It was to the day.
you and I and our producers, we took a trip to Heaven Hill Distillery.
Nice
All right?
trip.
A nice trip.
Very, very
we
nice
talked.
trip.
We talked about it a little bit.
Yeah.
Too. We've done a show on Heaven Hill. I don't know what bourbon we tried. I think it was the bottled in bond.
I was gonna say it's
no,
probably-
it was grain to glass.
Oh, was it the green? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It
uh,
was-
huh.
it was a
Yeah.
grain to glass that we did that day.
Yeah.
The weeded one, I think.
The weeded.
The
Because,
weeded
yeah.
one, yep. And anyway, but I talked a little bit about the distillery and stuff in that. So if you want a lot of history, maybe watch that one, or maybe not because I haven't watched it, so I don't know what I even
Might
talk
suck.
about. Yeah, it could suck. But anyway, we did a show on Heaven Hill, and I did talk about our trip there, and I talked about
I've got pics.
that distillery though. That's their newest
Yes.
distillery. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's
I
sorta
just,
modern.
I just thought maybe they had
Upgraded it.
upgraded
Yeah.
it and all that stuff.
But
I
all
knew
that
the fire.
glass and-
I knew the fire and all that, but I've only been into bourbon about 3 years.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, this was
Yeah,
like
heavy. Yeah.
this was like. I mean, I drank a little bit of Woodford here and there, and I mean, I wasn't
My
even.
bad.
Yeah.
I think that happened at Christmas. one
I
year.
drank a little bit of Woodford here and there, and I kept some
And a
Woodford here at
birthday
home,
and-
and most of the time I didn't hit it until some friends or somebody come over and I wanted to share a little bit. But then all of a sudden, I drank a bourbon and I was like, "Dang, this! I want to know more."
That's really good.
And you heard of
And when
bourbon?
my brother wants to know more, he's gonna go all the way.
Well,
If
when
look
you
around
hear
this room,
Bourbon
you'll see what I'm
Obsessed,
talking about.
if you hear bourbon obsessed, that's me. And Jim Gaffigan says it the best in his comedian. If y'all don't know who Jim Gaffigan is, he's not my friend. I don't know him yet, but I will one day.
Just Bradshaw.
I'll have him to the Bourbon Basement. Yeah, me and Terry, we hang out. But anyway, so it'll be me, Terry, and Jim.
Jim.
And
this
but
What a
anyway,
mixture.
Jim Gaffigan, he did a thing on Old Forester. I think it's on Netflix or something. You can watch it.
It's very good.
It's hilarious.
Cute.
It's all about bourbon. All his jokes are about bourbon. But he talks about like a bourbon obsessed person. It's me. I laughed so hard at that because I was like, yes. Yes.
They're just
You know how-
extremely interested.
Overly interested.
Well, I haven't bought any bottles for a
Obsessed
while.
producer.
I pretty much.
I haven't
yeah.
bought any bottles for a while, so I think
True.
extremely interested.
Yeah, I do too.
It doesn't stop you from looking deeply into it.
I do kind of
It's
look.
fun.
It is fun.
It's fun.
It's something
enjoy
that
it.
I enjoy very much, and but it's recent to me, so I didn't understand what Heaven Hill actually did.
Yeah.
So 1935, they started from scratch with a beam as their distiller.
Yep.
Finances go. They actually owned some clothing stores.
I think
yeah.
the clothing store was what they
The
did.
Shapiro brothers
Yep.
did. So, but anyway, and now it's like the largest family-owned spirits distiller in the U.S.
Yeah, it's massive. It's
But anyway, what they did though in '96, they didn't have a distillery. They didn't have any way to produce. So, how did they? How did they produce? Their distillery burnt down. So how did they produce anything?
yeah. I didn't go.
I'm
that
going to
deep.
tell you what the bourbon world did. And another reason that I get so obsessed with all these bottles and what's inside them, because it's total history.
Yeah.
Everything you're drinking's history, all right? But the reason their competitors could have probably shut them down
Coulda
at
ran
this
them
point.
out.
They probably could have
Yeah.
shut them down and they would have had to rebuild and start over basically. But instead of doing that,
They rallied.
they said, you can use our facility. You can use our facility. You can use our facility. And their competitors, their main competitors stepped up and helped them. So those competitors were Brown Forman. They said, yes, you can use our distillery. The day after the fire, Jim Beam, and maybe there's a connection there,
Probably.
but Jim Beam stepped up and said, you can use our facility. And then Wild Turkey stepped up and said, you can use our facility.
All of their neighbors
So-
come around them.
All of them let them distill Heaven Hill product at their place.
It's awesome. That's awesome.
It was, because they could have put them out. Now, what Heaven Hill did, they kept producing, they kept storing. They just got rid of burnt 90,000 barrels. So I don't know what their deficit was, and those were aged barrels. It wasn't like they just put them in the rick house.
They all had some age on them.
So they put
could've
them
been.
in there. Well, Heaven Hill, for 3 years that went on until 1999. And did you know they owned the Bernheim Distillery in Louisville?
I didn't know they owned it, but I knew that was one of their brands, obviously. So
They own that distillery, and from 99 up until 2025, the Bernheim Distillery is where they produced all their bourbon.
Wow.
And they produce over 450,000 barrels a year there.
wow, nice.
And so I've got it in my notes. Let me go to it right now since I'm on it. So 30 years after that fire in 2025, Heaven Hill officially filled its first barrel at the brand new $200 million Heaven Hill Springs Distillery in Bardstown.
Heaven Hill
And that
Springs.
finally brought distilling back to their hometown.
Good for them.
And they're not getting rid of Bernheim. They say they're going to keep it. It produces 450,000 barrels a year. They want to produce 450,000 barrels of bourbon a year at Heaven Hill Springs Distillery in Bardstown. 900,000 barrels of bourbon a year. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And I think of that though, and I'm like, wonder if they're doing that because
I don't know.
Jim Beam shut down production. They shut down
Hold on,
production
she's
for a
got
year.
one for you.
Peter says, James Morgan. James Morgan says maybe they swap shares for Christmas, win-win. And then Peter said, I have some 25-year and 20-year Bohemian bourbon.
No, Bernheim,
Or
Bernheim.
Bernheim, sorry.
Sorry, Peter.
But bottled by
Kentucky.
Diego.
Diego. So that was before '99, I guess.
Yes.
When Diego owned it. That's cool.
That is cool. That's probably it sounds rare. Sounds
Well,
like a
the
rare
other
bottle.
thing that Peter was talking about, he was talking about the pre-Heaven Hill bourbon, the pre-fire bourbon. And, it's like the Tornado Survivor
Right.
bourbon at
Same-
Buffalo
same
Trace.
difference.
It's one of those coveted bottles. But what I'm most interested in, I'm interested in the if somebody said, hey, I got this pre-fire bourbon at Heaven Hill, I'm going to be like, yes, please. But what I'm the most interested in is between that 96 to 99, those barrels of bourbon,
Yeah.
what they tasted like.
Yeah.
Was there a single barrel of that? Was there anything, did they combine those distilleries things? Because we learned from Stitzelweller and Pappy Van Winkle, right? He had a process. He had certain machines. He had certain things that he did. And everybody says, of course, his Pappy or Julian Van Winkle III says for sure his bourbon was different. He strives for his bourbon to taste like it did back then. And he uses the same recipe and the same everything, but the machinery and the modernness is different than what was like back then. So each one of those distilleries had something different than Heaven Hill had at that time.
Right.
And I want to know if that made
a difference.
difference.
The process itself.
Yes, did it make a difference? That would be the bottles the 99 the 96 to 99 bottles would be interesting for me to
Make sure if there's any of them around.
yeah,
I bet there
or
are.
if they're even if you even knew if you even
if
know it's
there's a way to tell that that's
Yeah.
those. Yeah.
that would be cool too. So the pre-fire bourbon though, I mean, if you all want to offer me one, yeah, I'll take it.
James said a sweet accent.
Where's James from?
James, where are you from?
Is he talking? Is he talking about my accent, my country hick accent, or is he talking about like a taste?
I call it Southern English.
Well, he gave it. Oh, it says the Diego bought those Bohemian barrels from H&H and stored them at Stitzelweller.
It's still
Okay.
Bernheim.
Still Bernheim. Sorry.
Bernheim. What do you call it?
Bohemian.
Bohemian. She's on the Rhapsody, and it's funny
Freddie
thing.
Mercury.
Funny thing, I was singing that today.
Was you?
Yeah. Doesn't really matter because we were
Sorry.
out there
Come on with it, come
and
on.
I thought that everything. I thought we were going to crap out there, and I was like, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't really matter.
It doesn't
Sorry.
matter at all.
Anyone
I
can
apologize.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, he's
All right.
He's from
Have you been getting some
London,
tasting
England.
notes and
Oh,
stuff out of this?
sweet accent.
Oh,
All
well,
right.
cheerio.
Here's a little bit of facts about the
That
Heaven
might
Hill
be
Distillery.
derogatory. Don't
Oh,
do that to him.
sorry.
I'm not going to repeat the
We are
facts
so
that
happy
you
to
did.
have you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to repeat the facts that my brother, Glenn, does anybody know the name? Come on, comment, please. It's in past episodes. My brother, Glenn, not you, family members, due to clerical error in the registration paperwork, Heaven Hill is Heaven Hill because of that. And I say that because it's funny. It was supposed to be Heaven Hill. But if you look at Heaven
But
Hill,
it's two
Heaven,
words.
Heaven space Hill.
Yeah, instead of
All right.
one. I
It
remember
was-
that from being down there.
It was supposed to honor a pioneer
Yeah.
called William Heaven Hill.
William Heaven Hill.
His name is Heaven Hill, one word,
Hill.
and it was supposed to be one word.
And they misspelled it on
On the registration, the
Government.
clerical error spaced it, and that's the way it stayed. Why did it stay that way? I'm going to guess because it cost another $25 to change
Probably
it. or
cost a
something.
bunch of money to change it back in those days.
I don't know that from
Yeah.
a fact. We talked
That's
about the
good. I
beans.
remember that.
We talked about the fires.
Talked about.
Talked about Bernheim.
What about the proofage of this thing? We said it was 107, but
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't talked about that, and that was
there was something to do with that. In 1962, the government changed the regs to allow distillers to barrel their products at 125 proof.
So before 1962, it wasn't that though.
It wasn't, and I couldn't figure. I didn't go down the rabbit hole to find out what it was.
I did an episode
And I should know
where it
this.
changed. If anybody watches,
I watched.
if anybody watches, they would know. But actually, I forgot. But I know back then.
That's what happened to me.
But I know back then, in the 30s, like 107 barrel proof was what they were allowed to go in the barrel.
Yeah.
And then it changed to like 110 or 115, and then it went to 125 in barrel entry proof.
Well,
so
that saves on obviously barrels and storage because you can barrel it at 125.
yes,
And then proof it back. So
Proof
you don't
it
have,
down.
So you don't have to have as many barrels. So you said rickhouse space, which was part of what the whole thing is. But it says in when they did this, they went with a 107 and basically just counterintuitive to what his dad and his brothers was doing.
what they did in 1935.
In 35.
That first bottle.
So if there was a change, maybe that's where he changed. I
So
don't
the
know.
funny thing about this, and you hit all around it, in 1935, their very first bottle on December 13th of 1935 was barrel entry proof 107 proof. All right. So when they did this bottle to honor that, they actually filled this bottle on December 13th, whatever year,
2015.
2015.
Yep.
December 13th, they filled it on December 13th, and they went with
Yeah.
the barrel entry proof of 107 proof. Now this one,
204 barrels.
this one fantastically come out at 107 proof. Now you and I discussed that before the show, because the 100. Go ahead.
James says, "Are we down south at Peter?" Makes a change, and then James says, "Tough to spot Alabama from Georgia for me." And then Peter said, "Kentucky." And then James says, "Really,
I love
very
it.
south
Me
in
too.
my book."
I do too.
I love it.
Yeah.
So
I
from
love
Peter,
it.
we are way south. Yes.
But all I gotta say to Peter is, eh.
Eh?
Hey, hey.
I love you, Peter.
I do too.
We
He's on
do.
here every week.
We worked up in Michigan, and I was surprised how many people in Michigan.
Say A.
One at the end, they have the A on
Yeah.
the end.
What do you
and,
think about it, A?
Yeah, and I mean that's the way they talk. Me,
Minnesotans are the same
me,
way.
a lot of
Yes.
Kentuckians, guys.
We
If
say
you're out there
y'all.
watching, a lot of Kentuckians do not sound like I do.
They're more so.
No, they are less so, a lot less so. I'm very country hick. I don't know how I got that way,
Just who you are. Country hick.
but I'm very country hick, and that's fine. For
that's
me,
fine.
I don't
call it
mind it
Southern-
at all.
Southern English.
It's
That's right.
normal
There
to me.
you go.
Southern English.
But we were talking about this before. We said it's barreled at 107 proof.
Right.
We think it came out.
A little hotter.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes it the proofage goes up in barrels. Sometimes it doesn't. But this does not say barrel strength. So I'm guessing it come out hotter than 107.
It may have.
And they proofed it back down to 107. And I think the reason they did that is because they want that 107 to be known.
They want it to be, yeah.
That's because that's what it was back in 1935.
That's a sweet proof if you think about it. I mean, that's a sweet.
Hey, the Antique 107.
Exactly. That's the first thing I
can't
think
wait
of.
to do our blind on that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward
I'm
to
looking for our
the
blind on that.
rainbow myself.
Now,
Well,
we talked a little bit about the distillery. So the only thing that I haven't mentioned, and then we'll get into our review on this thing,
Oh,
is that Heaven Hill holds the second largest inventory of aging bourbon in the world. Can you guess how many barrels, and this, I don't know when this was even wrote, but they have maturing in over 70 plus massive rickhouses across the central Kentucky.
I can't.
They have over 2.1 million barrels of
2.1 million.
bourbon aging in those rickhouses in central Kentucky.
You gotta love this.
So
place.
but they do produce 450,000 barrels a year.
That's
So.
awesome. So,
Has
Stephen,
anybody heard of Sean from Whiskey Wars?
Sean from Whiskey Wars, no, why?
Well, because Peter says Sean from Whiskey Wars is out of Kentucky, by way of Texas, though. Great guy and great channel.
well,
Awesome.
God bless Texas as well as
Well,
Kentucky.
maybe we can hook up
Ow!
and talk some bourbon.
I think that sounds
So,
great.
I wrote down something here that I found interesting. The lower entry proof said it allows more wood sugars to dissolve into the whiskey, and it yields a richer and oilier feel in your mouth.
I've heard that
I don't.
a lot,
Okay.
and honestly,
An oilier feel.
When
That doesn't
you-
sound good.
everybody
It does.
covets.
Like
It
coffee's
does?
oily, right? Coffee's got an oil to it.
I
Yeah.
don't think I think a vegetable oil, I guess. I'm
No,
like,
that's real
No, this is
oil.
corn oil.
The
corn oil.
but everybody covets those old dusties, right?
Oh yeah.
Everybody covets
yeah.
an old dusty, and I think a big part of those old dusties is that low entry proof because they weren't allowed to go higher. They weren't allowed
yeah.
to do that. So to be a
There's-
bourbon, it had to be just say an entry proof of 107 or 110.
Yeah.
It had to be that way, and I think maybe bourbon at that lower entry proof may be considered a little bit. Maybe it's better, and I
That's-
think maybe that has something to do with it.
That's how I got it on this. And
But
maybe that's why that's
nowadays-
107, 101, right in there is a sweet
Nowadays,
spot.
everybody wants a hazmat bourbon. They want that high proof
Well,
bourbon,
I like a
and that's
high
fine.
proof bourbon
I
at
like
times,
it
At
too.
times, but yeah.
Well, and there's sometimes it tastes high proof.
I can.
I
think
like
of,
those-
I can think of one in particular. A couple of guys down one night. We talked about it before, but that was a good bourbon. I mean,
but it was so smooth.
it was smooth.
You
but
didn't taste the high proof.
It was high proof.
Just
but it was smooth.
just say it's 130 proof, but you didn't taste the
Yeah.
130 proof.
Yeah.
It drank more like 110 or something.
It
But
was
there's some
smooth.
120 proof bourbons that drink like 160.
And we pre-gamed a little bit and had a 95 proof bourbon that drinks like 115.
Ooh.
It just kind of hot.
A lot.
It just
So anyway, I think maybe that there's something to the lower entry proof as far as pulling,
kind of something I pulled out of there was that. Yes.
pulling out those flavors.
Peter still stands by the old granddad 114 from the.
I like
80s.
the old granddad.
He
Have you
said-
seen this one, Peter?
He said National Distillers. It's one of the best bourbons I ever tried.
Have you had this one yet? I haven't cracked it open yet because I'll do a show on it, but it's the Old Granddad 114 single barrel. I don't know when they come out with it, but it's the first time I've seen it this year, so I picked one up when I saw it. I'd never seen it before, so I grabbed it. But that's the 114. I do love the 114.
Yeah.
It's very good. It is a heated bourbon,
I
though.
would
You
like to know
you know
about
you're
that.
drinking
Is
114
the-
proof.
what's the difference between that label and the original label that's orange?
This one's a single barrel, so it's
Yeah,
the black
the other
label
one's
is the
What's
single
the
barrel.
orange barrel?
Small batch, I think. Isn't it?
I don't have it over here. It's 114 proof.
It's the
Okay.
same. but
It's just Old Granddad 114. It's a small batch.
Yeah, it's a
The
small
black
batch.
one is the
It's
single
a
barrel, black with gold. The other one's orange with black
Yeah.
lettering. All right. Let's give them some. Oh,
I already got mine.
all right.
I already got my tasting flavors.
Awesome.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to. This may repeat a little bit, but this is what they put in
Yeah,
this
that was neat. I read it
in this
earlier.
thing, and it might repeat a little bit of it, but it's pretty cool. I'm not going to do the Lucky 13 because I did talk about that.
Excuse me.
It
No.
says the end of Prohibition sparked a renewed interest in Kentucky bourbon in Bardstown, Kentucky. In the Shapiro brothers joined a group of investors to support a new distillery and later became the sole owners. With no inventory, no warehouse, no brand, they named the company Heaven Hill and filled the first barrel of bourbon on Friday, December 13th, 1935. 90 years and more than 10 million barrels later, we are celebrating the legacy of a bold beginning and the generation of whiskey making excellence that followed. Today, Heaven Hill remains family owned and proudly rooted in Kentucky, committed to preserving the tradition of American whiskey while embracing the future with purpose and craft. And I agree with that.
Yeah. I would
Heaven
agree.
Hill products
Great product.
are good
Yes.
products.
This one right here. That's on my shelf.
You
Always
like
ready to drink. I
we
love
all
it.
like that one, and that was out of one of my first tastings. The grain to glass there was pretty good.
Yep, that's enough.
But my favorite Heaven Hill product, I'm not blind tasting these yet, so I'm not comparing them side by side. But I remember in our distillery tour, I had This bourbon.
The Evan, yep.
The Evan Williams 12-year 101
Had
proof.
that while we were having lunch, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And I only had this bourbon one time. I've searched for these bottles. Found out you can only get them at the distillery, and I don't think they even sell the bottles. I think you have to like get a shot, like I did.
Oh, okay.
Or through auction, because I think most of these bottles go overseas. But anyway, got this one at an auction, and didn't care how much it was. So I'm not going to tell how much it was because I don't think that it matters too much.
Producer
But
will sell it for what it's worth.
I
not for what he said
wanted
it's
it.
worth.
I wanted it because it was so good. That bourbon that day made such an impression on me that I searched out that bottle.
Cool.
And I've tried a lot of bourbons, and there's a lot of good bourbons I try, and there's not many bourbons that I seek the bottle afterwards. You know, I try a lot of these bourbons, and I'm like, man, that was great to try once, and my bottle's empty, and that's the way it stays. But this bourbon, I sought it out, had to have it. That was one of my only auction buys that I was like, I have to have that bottle. The rest I just try to get good deals on.
Yeah.
But that one I was like, no, that's going to be my bottle. All right, so that's my...
James says single barrel Jim Beam with some CS Knob Creek is a blend I do for a little nut or an oak.
Oh,
Oak
okay.
and note.
So he's blending his
He's
own.
blending his
then-
own bourbons.
Good for
and
you,
that,
buddy.
that's kind of cool, too.
and
That's kind of.
I'm not-
We done it one day. You remember
Yeah.
what we were trying to make?
Yeah.
So
We did that, and I know there's a place called Barrel and Crafts or something in Louisville that you can blend your own. I actually
Okay.
I have a bottle
that you've done
on my
that.
shelf that was a gift to me
Oh, okay.
that I think Ryan blended. I've already drank the one that Haley blended.
Haley blended, and then Ryan blended one, and then we blended one together.
Yes, and
Cool.
it's a cool experience.
It is.
I am kind of afraid to blend my bourbons here because I don't want to create something that I don't like because I like most of them.
And wasting. Yeah.
And I wasted a drop of that 90th on that. All right, let's give some tastings and
All
stuff.
right.
Sorry guys, we're gonna.
Smell.
Is that your smells right
That's my
there?
smells.
All right, so our producer gets coconut, vanilla, caramel, and cherry. I'm with you on the cherry and caramel.
I'm with you on the vanilla and the caramel.
Nobody gets coconut because that was the
No,
very
ma'am, I
first
do not.
smell.
I don't get coconut at
that.
all.
You know how when you pick it up and you haven't opened it yet, but it's that. That's what I get.
And you
when
know
first
what
smell
I
it.
get, because I always get it. I get a big leaf of the green tobacco hanging in the
Green
bar.
tobacco.
You know why?
Kentucky thing. Sorry,
I,
you wouldn't
I
It's a
swear,
smell.
I
It is a
swear
smell.
you get that all the time because you work
Because-
them tobacco so much.
And I use tobacco products. I don't smoke,
I-
but I use tobacco products.
I
so.
was, yeah. I don't know that I get the tobacco flavor, but I know what you're talking about.
It's a
the
it's
smell
a it's
of
a
that.
rich. It smells like home. It smells.
It's
This state used to smell
Smell
like
like
that
home.
every in
Oh,
August,
God.
early September.
It's
this whole
changed
state
a lot,
smelled
ain't it?
like yes, it
It's
has.
changed a lot.
my legs and arms
Now it
and
smells
everything
like-
smelled like it.
Bourbon.
It
But,
does.
You
yeah.
know what you get.
That's
right?
even better
But with,
smell.
It's a good smell.
So with 78% corn, are you getting some of that corn? Because I am. I'm
It's-
getting
it-
some of that corn grain.
It's grainy. It's got the bready. I don't know if I don't know, but yes, I smelled, and there may even be some cinnamon in there. There's some spice in it. It's not overdone, but
Now,
and we're probably acclimated.
since I've let the glass sit empty, it's funny because the first smell I smelled was tobacco leaf.
It's
So
in there
with
to
our-
me every time.
With our empty
that's
glass, our producer smells tobacco leaf.
I do.
Too bad your glass
And that is,
empty.
yeah, too bad your glass is empty.
I know, but it
We
does
got
smell-
full glasses up here every
We
time.
got
we
the bottle.
Shit.
No, so with of course, you know we usually do acclamations and all that, but we've been
We've
sipping
been
on this the
sipping.
whole show. We've done a
I
cheers
think
and
this is
everything
the way
else.
with the new profile for the show.
I
is
like to
sip
do
the
this.
whole
You just
way.
sip and talk.
Yeah.
It's good.
At
But
least
then
when
you
I'm
can get
here.
acclimated
So
to
when
it.
this one here though, 9 years, 8 months, very smooth on your palate. I get a thick coating on my tongue.
That might be that low entry proof oiliness.
I think so, and that's what I was going to comment about.
Sweet
Our
cream.
producer gets
Sweet
cream
cream.
strawberries.
Have you ever had
and a
sweet
cinnamon
cream over
aftertaste.
strawberries?
Well, I'm going to let this go for a minute, and then this gal may not be far off of the norm. I wrote down some other stuff that I had dug into, And I wasn't trying to influence myself or you. I even told you that
Yeah.
but she's hitting on a few
Well,
things.
I'm going to tell you, our producer has an excellent palate.
Well, that's
Excellent palate, our producer does.
she's nailing all around it. When I read this later on, or when I say it later on, you'll be like, "Wow, that's pretty
Well, see,
good."
I get those. I don't get strawberries. Strawberries is a very distinct taste.
To me, it is too.
I get
But
berry flavors.
I guess it's the sweet cream that you can have with strawberries.
Yeah.
the
Now
cream
you
with the
pour sweet
strawberries, so you get a lot of
on
cream
it.
with the strawberries.
Yes.
And see,
Uh,
I see the cream because your grandfather made the cream candy,
Oh,
and I can smell. Yeah, and
Yeah.
we love it. around
Well,
my
and
place.
it's a creamy texture. It's got a creamy smell.
It's got a good feel
I
in
don't
your mouth.
I don't
It sure
taste that
does.
cream though. I do taste like a mixed berry kind of thing.
Did you say cherry?
yeah.
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 Yeah. I
But-
think
Cherry
we're all-
caramel vanilla.
But once if you let it just set on your palate though, it has the cinnamon taste, like a cinnamon toast
Yep.
crunch, a cinnamon.
I get a little spice back
Well,
there.
what
I'm
I
not sure
like,
cinnamon
what
or
I like
something,
about
but
it
yeah.
is I'm the different barrels that they use, the Char 3, then the Charge 4 or Plus. I don't know if that was true or not. It's not overwhelming though.
Uh-uh.
So
But
you
you
get
do-
a
but you do
but
taste
you
it.
get a good barrel
You get a good-
flavor
yes,
in there.
sir.
You get that good toasted or
That's-
charred barrel flavor,
And
a
that's
little
what
bit of
you're looking
smokiness,
for. What
a
I'm
little bit
looking
of
for.
dryness.
Yeah.
I am too, because this product sits in a barrel for years. If you don't taste barrel, there's something wrong with it.
Yeah, yeah.
You gotta taste the barrel.
Yeah.
It seems
unless
like
it's a metal
very-
drum, right?
And yeah, I mean, unless it sits in, I mean, there are bourbons that do that. They put them in stainless steel stuff. They try to age it
Yeah.
quicker and then dump it in the barrel for a little bit, and then
This one is
Uh,
very well
You
rounded.
can't rush
this
it.
is a
It is good.
it's superb. I know these are limited edition bottles, and
It's
but it's a really good good
It
bourbon.
is very good pour, very good, very
Yes.
enjoyable, very rich to me. It's just like I said, it's just a rich
Very.
flavor. It's
And
What was the
I heard
proof
our
again?
other producer back there
What's the
talking
proof?
about the charred barrels and stuff, and
And
this
how
is
smooth it was.
yes. This one here, usually when you get a heavily charred barrel like that, it almost gets overcharred.
Right.
You almost get that over oak, and now I like that. I don't mind that. And I mean, a lot of people say
There's-
that Woodford double oak
It's got a lot of
Is-
oak in it.
is so
But one
oaky
of my
that they
favorites,
couldn't
one of
enjoy
our
it. But I
favorites.
like it because I enjoy that
The oak,
oaky.
I do too,
This
sir.
one here though is, I don't want to say mild, but
No.
it's not overpowering.
It's subtle. There's a lot of other stuff going on there.
There's so many other flavors that
Yes.
that oak is kind of in the background.
What is the proof again?
It's 107 proof.
107.
Okay, it doesn't drink like a.
It drinks
107.
smoother than that.
Oh yeah.
It's yeah.
I thought it was a 95,
It's,
but so.
I was gonna say just for your palate that you were getting, I wrote down a few things, and this is from Heaven Hill.
Okay.
And on the nose, it was burnt caramel, black raspberry,
So
plum,
there's the berries that I kind
The
of
berries.
barrel char, oak, spice, cinnamon, and vanilla on the nose.
okay.
And then on the palate, it said cola.
Cherry
It
Okay,
just
well,
said
I can
cola
see the
and
cherry, but I
Concord
can't get cola.
grapes.
And I didn't get grapes. so-
Spice, baked apple, vanilla, and then on the finish, and this is where I was saying, they've got cream soda for
Yeah.
the finish.
It
for the
does.
cream.
It is
Um,
very creamy. yes.
Cherry, sweet char oak, caramel, cream candy,
Mm-hmm.
maple syrup, and black pepper lingers. It says on the back,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the pros at. Heaven
That's the
Hill, I
pros,
guess.
the professional
not
palates. Not us. We're simple with 2 or 3 flavors.
And I don't see the word tobacco in here no place.
I
Damn
had
it!
I had more than 2 or 3 flavors.
Yeah, I try
There's
to
a lot
stick
going on.
I try to stick to 2 or 3, the ones that pull out the most to me.
I'm not that
Uh,
fancy though. I can't go. I wish I
Three's
could.
not really fancy, I don't think.
I wish I could, but I can't go in there
I
and
was
pick
just
it out.
there, I was like, oh,
I just know what I like.
Stop right now and just, what are you tasting right now? What's lingering?
I know what I like.
Sweet. It's a fruit. It's a dark fruit. It's not a I don't taste
So,
the grapes. maybe
plum,
the cherry, the
Plum
plum
or cherry?
Uh,
All right.
yeah, and then that pepper lays back in there too.
And see, I get no pepperiness.
See, I get just that little bit of
No.
spice that
Well,
lays
that's
back on the
I
very
guess
back.
that's where the cinnamon comes in.
Maybe.
That little bit of
Not
I get
cinnamon.
no
overpowering,
cinnamon.
Very enjoyable.
I'm very sensitive to cinnamon, I think. Ask my son Ryan.
What would you eat with this? Well, if you were eating a meal and you said, "Oh, that's a good meal. Let's grab A bottle of that
So
nice-
this is sweet but subtle sweet,
My
right?
crab cakes that I've been on the hunt for, the
Crab
best crab
cakes?
cakes, that would be good with the crab
So
cakes.
this is most
That would be
extra
good.
sweet bourbons I want to use as dessert. This one is a sweet bourbon,
Yeah,
but it's not
it's-
that.
No.
This one's gonna go well with a meal. This one's gonna go well with just about anything that
Fat
you serve
steak?
it. That I think. Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Big
Yeah.
brisket.
I'm a steak man anyway,
Yeah.
so it's
Or
definitely gonna
or
go
your
with the steak.
fishy, any of your, like I said, crab cake. I would drink that
Okay.
with the crab cake that I was eating.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
like crab cakes too. Come
Oh,
on.
yeah.
And then they said
one.
dark chocolate and pecan pie was a dessert that paired well
Oh.
with this.
I don't
So
get no chocolate, but I can see the
The
pecan
pecan?
pie. Yeah,
take the pecan pie
Uh-huh.
and have that just on the side.
Yep.
Yeah, I bet it would be good.
that would be.
It would be good.
It
Yep.
would be.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and
Are
give
you gonna
your
rate it?
rating and
Yeah,
review of this
do
thing.
it.
Well,
It's a man.
Good try with
I'm gonna say that you always talk about beginner friendly, and I'm sorry, but it kind of is
I think it
because
is.
It
it's
is.
that smooth.
I think it's so good that it's beginner
It's,
friendly.
it's very good, and I think it's complex. I think there's a lot of stuff going on, and to me, complex is probably not someone else's complex because I don't dig all the stuff out of it that other people can, so that makes it confusing to me.
I will tell you this as far as beginner friendly. It just say you weren't a bourbon drinker and you come over to the bourbon basement and I said, "Oh, I got one for you," and you're not a bourbon drinker, but it's so smooth, it's so good, you're gonna love it. And you tried this. It's so smooth and so good, you love it. You're spoiled.
Yeah.
Now you're ruined.
I'm gonna
because
see-
you're not gonna go pick up a can of Jim or a
Yeah,
bottle of Jim
exactly.
Beam and say, "Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
this stuff's awesome," because you've had this.
But knowing what I know, I can pick up this one pretty easy,
Very good bottle.
and it's a
Yes.
great bottle. And
Yes.
there's
7 years old.
and there's similarities there.
Yes.
At least 7 years old,
That's right.
and bottled in bond.
Yep.
9 to 8. There are some similarities.
There's some
And
similarities
if
here.
you
You want
can't find this, maybe this is the bottle you should go buy.
That's a
Maybe.
good bottle.
This is a more readily
It'd be
available bottle.
It's the
second
I'm not
best
telling you
today.
not to get. If you have this, I'm
Oh,
saying
goodness,
grab
this
this
is
bottle.
excellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying
But
grab
that's a
it.
good backup.
This is a very good backup and a very good bourbon.
Yeah.
Like I said, we did that in one of our first bourbon tastings, and I think it won, or everybody liked it
Yeah.
at least.
It
It was either first or second on everybody's
everybody had a
ballot.
high up.
All right,
So-
I'm sorry I interrupted your
No, that's
review,
all right.
so-
I was on my way, but so the complexity of it to me, and like I said, my palate is kind of simple because I am kind of a simple person. I know what I like though, and I like that bourbon very well. I would buy that if
Yeah.
I had an opportunity if I could get it at the $125 MSRP, I would buy it. I'm done kind of paying a lot for a bourbon overpriced because we've kind of done that route. We've got a few that we wanted over the years, over
Yeah.
the last couple of years. We've had a few that we sought after. We went in, we all in, right?
Yeah.
And we got them. And so we've experienced that.
We've experienced it.
Not
and
going to knock it,
sometimes,
not going to play it up.
That's right.
what it is. But I want something I can go and buy fairly easy and then find something rare like this every now and then. For $125, it's a hell of a deal.
yeah.
I think.
And I think I paid $140 for it, and
It's
I
still
thought
a
it
good
was a
deal.
great deal.
It's still a good deal.
Uh,
I'd say under 200 is
And
a good deal.
the funny thing is I went to a smaller liquor store. They had one of these. I'd never seen the bottle. Didn't even know it was going to come out. And saw it for $220. And I almost bought it.
Still a good deal.
I almost
think.
bought it, and I said, nope, I'm not going to buy that. And then I went to Liquor Barn like that next week.
And it was there for.
Well, I was there at just 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and the allocated counter was cleaned off. There was a big open space. So I'm just giving you a heads up. If you go to Liquor Barn and there is a 4 foot to 6 foot space on the counter with nothing on it,
Go ask.
stay there.
Wait, they're getting ready to.
They
Yeah.
won't tell you nothing, but you stay there. So I moseyed around the counter looking. I just stayed there, and then here they come with a whole cart full of big boxes, and I was like, "Oh yeah!"
Christmas.
And then 84 people started walking up, and I just stood right over here, and I said,
'Cause I
"I'm
think
in
that's
line,
a-
boys."
Line forms by
I said, "I'm in line. I don't know where you all
Cheers.
came from, but I've been here the whole time." And I ended up being like second in line or whatever, and that's how I got it. So, but anyway,
It's a good get. It was a good get.
yes,
Before you give your rating, James wants to know, very good tasting notes, lads. Can I ask what bottle you pre-game with?
Which bottles,
one
James?
that tests your palate.
All right. So,
Shall I
if
go?
you watch the show, will you go get that
I
one?
shall.
If you watched the show last week, I was disappointed with the bourbon. I was surprised I was disappointed with. So I wanted him to try it because it would be his first time trying it to get his thoughts on that. So we started our pregame with one of these.
Sort of disappointing,
It's
I might say.
It's the Charter Oak Finest Oak. We was a little disappointed, mostly when you found out the price of it.
The price is,
MSRP.
it's over.
It's
Yeah.
not $100 bottle. If it was a $50 or $60 bottle, we probably wouldn't
Probably.
complain. It's kind of what we expect.
Would expect.
Then we went to this one,
Purple Top
and
Willet.
8-year-old.
There you
it's
go.
the 8-year-old
It's a
Willet.
good pregame.
8-year-old Willet Weeded
Shoot.
Purple Top. Very good.
Very
and I
good.
told my brother, Glenn. Anybody know the name yet?
Figured it
They
out.
guess the nickname.
I told my brother Glenn, I
They would
said,
never.
this bottle here, I usually don't pregame with one this good.
Yeah.
Because it'll
it's-
bring the bourbon that I'm trying.
Yeah.
It could bring it down because this one was so good. Well, I'm going to be honest with you today. It didn't bring
It
this
didn't hurt
bourbon
it,
down
no.
at all.
But the notes, the flavor notes, totally
Totally
opposite.
different. This has a lot of licorice forward.
That's
but it's very good.
Very good.
If you haven't tried the Willet Purple Top, I did a show on that one. We tried it.
Beautiful bottle
Uh,
too, by the way.
Yeah.
Peter said that is climbing the ladder.
Yes. And then
That's
we went
what
to
we
this
do
one.
around here.
Well, with his experience, he doesn't come to the Bourbon Basement daily, not even weekly.
No.
So when I get him here,
Yeah.
I want him to try something that he's
Yeah.
been
Yeah, we
wanting
go
to try.
We go up here on the top.
I wanted him to try something he's
Shoot.
been wanting to try or something he hasn't tried before.
That's
So
right.
that's where we go. And I wanted him to try the Finest Oak. I don't recommend that to anybody.
He poured that for me without me knowing what it was. And
Yeah.
it was, the answer was given away. No big deal. But
Our producer.
yeah, but I was. But I wasn't going to guess it, obviously, but I wasn't very impressed with it. And then when he showed me what it was, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But then
All
we
right.
found that one over there, and yeah, that's all.
We'll throw that rating
All
out
right.
there and then I'll give my.
Man, I don't know. I don't want to bring your rating up or down. I don't know if I have any bearing on where it sits on the shelf, but I put this up around an 8.6, 8.7,
Okay.
just in my
That's
mind.
a high rating. That's my second highest shelf.
That's where I would be at on your second shelf. Just
It's not
underneath.
above 9. Our producer says 8.3. For me, guys, this bourbon here, so smooth,
Yes.
107 proof, but didn't drink 107 proof. I didn't get the peppery notes that you got.
Still laying
I
there.
got, and I didn't get super sweet notes. Smelt a little bit of caramel and some fruit in there, some berries. I tasted some berries and I tasted some caramel. And the wood taste to me, subtle, didn't overpower
Love it.
anything. I loved it. It was
I did
probably one of my favorite wood flavors that I
Nice.
have in there. So, because it was
Nice.
so smooth, didn't overpower anything, but you could tell it was there. You could tell this was 9 years, 8
It's
months
been in a
old.
barrel for 9 years.
My rating, you went up there at around 8.76,
8.6.
8.6, 8.7, 8.3. I
8.3.
thought she was low, and I thought you were dead on because I had it at 8.8.
Really.
Okay.
I had it at
There you
8.8.
go.
We're all right there
We're all
in the
right there in
same
eighth.
And
area, and it doesn't surprise me.
And you know, and I've said this before, I will pour myself a handshake of this now. So when my bottle is empty and it sits on that 8.8 shelf, one day I will take that 8.8 and the 9s, and I'm going to start comparing those 8s and 9s and see if those 8.8s need to move up to those
Aw.
9
And
shelves.
it's,
We had a Cool Runnings that was Cheers, and it says Ireland in the house.
All right.
Sweet.
Cool Runnings. When did he join?
Yeah,
Because
we
Cool
got-
Runnings is on.
Yeah,
bunch of
Cool
people
Runnings.
in
I was
Ireland
telling I
right
was
now.
telling the guys at work because I was disappointed I wasn't going to make the show.
I
tonight.
was too a little.
I was
bit,
very
but-
disappointed. And I was telling the guys at work, he was asking about it. And I said, man, I got people from all over the place that watch. I don't have a lot of followers,
Ireland.
but I have people from a lot of
England.
places that watch.
Ontario.
Las
And,
Vegas.
Vegas.
We're out
We haven't
And
heard
I
from Las Vegas
appreciate
tonight, have
that.
we?
No,
Where
but I
is
appreciate
Vegas?
you
I
guys.
don't know. We're cool. We're
Neophyte.
Neophyte, bourbon
I miss you.
neophyte.
Yeah. But I do appreciate all you all that tune in and watch live because that's the best to me.
Yes.
I appreciate all you guys that catch this later because I know Friday night at 6, big plan night, date night, whatever you
Yep.
got
It's the
going on
weekend.
night.
Yeah.
It's the weekend, the start of your weekend. I appreciate the ones that start the weekend
Well,
with us.
I don't know about the rest of them, but my producer and I, we don't make plans on Friday night at 6 o'clock, dude. We're gonna be in the front of the TV watching the Bourbon Basement. No freaking
And I
spaces.
appreciate
Yeah.
that too. If you're not here hosting,
That's right.
That's right.
We've the show always runs long when my brother Glenn is here. Is
okay.
nobody's responded to the name?
There's
Nope.
no way they could guess it.
All right. Well,
Wait a minute. Cool Running says I was late, so I will catch the rerun.
awesome.
Okay.
And
Cool.
then Miss Leslie said we love a Bourbon Basement date night.
Awesome. Cool Runnings. I got one
Hallelujah.
question for Cool Runnings. So Cool Runnings, he's been watching the show before. I've seen him on some live streams
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So Cool Runnings, I've had my brother Glenn on the show before. I do not call him Glenn. I call him something else. I've called him that every time he's been on the show. I call him that every day. Every time I talk to him, it feels really weird to call him Glenn. Do you know what I call him? Because if you do, you're going to get a handshake of this Heaven
90th
Hill
anniversary.
90th anniversary bourbon. I'll send it right to you. So respond now. Go ahead.
It says, James says, cheers to the Bourbon Basement. Team, have a great weekend.
Yep.
The
Thank you,
Bourbon-
James. You have a
Yes.
great
All the
weekend.
way from England.
All right,
Thanks,
for
buddy.
everybody that's still
Awesome.
watching, the nobody's responded to the
Nope.
thing, so
So I
this
should get it
is
because I know.
you
the
can
answer.
have it. This is
You
my
can.
brother, Gene Boy.
Gene Boy.
Gene Boy, my brother.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for sharing your evening with us. Thanks for watching the show. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. The more the merrier. We're just here to be your drinking buddies.
That's it.
Start
And
the
talk a
weekend.
little bourbon. Start the weekend off right. I needed it.
I needed it.
And you needed it.
I needed
you
it.
all needed it.
You
and
needed
you
it.
needed
You
it too.
needed it.
Yeah, we all need it.
Everybody
You needed
needs a little bit of bourbon. So just remember, guys, join us next time, Fridays at 6 p.m. Eastern time.
Ready?
And
Why
drink
drink
alone?
alone?
When you
When you
Drink with us.
us.
Woo! We'll see y'all next time.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers. You want another one,
I
brother?
do.
All
I
right.
do. Yes, sir.
This one don't get measured.
Yeah, ain't no need to measure it.